Now, have you worked with businesses that are at least like 300 million in revenue or higher? And the reason why I'm asking this is I shared with you earlier that my second season in 2024, I'm gonna start doing a lot of interviews with businesses that are, doing at least 300 million. And the reason why I'm asking is because those businesses, I mean, do they get something right in branding? Is that why they're doing, close to $1 billion, sometimes $1 billion? Do you have any experience with that? What can we learn, small businesses, from them? Because I don't know. It seems to me, and I might be wrong, I have to experience it, and I'm gonna do that in 2024. To me, those businesses that are at that level, a little higher than small businesses in terms of revenue and size, they're probably doing something right in terms of branding. Am I right, or what do you think?
So I don't know every company, and I don't know the companies we're referring to. But let's take it into this. I've worked with companies, and some of them I cannot disclose, that you probably use their products quite a lot.
Okay.
And we did some of their, again, storytelling part of the brand. So the core values, the story, the language, and everything. And a big part of what I do is when I say, don't change your logo, don't change your color scheme. That's not what the main problem is. Okay, don't even change your name. But how we behave, and I believe that saying professional is not the right way, or saying where our core values are a single word, right? Trust doesn't mean anything. So these are subjective things. Professional, you might be more professional than I am. Okay, I might be lazier. I might be doing things 80%. You do them 110%. These are subjective things the employees cannot understand or grasp. So it's a subjective. What if we made them into a way of behavior? What if we build that character? And I would argue that you haven't met a lot of companies that have a character. That sits next to them in the meeting. That's the next book, The Business Catcher. And how to do that. Okay. So once that doesn't exist, you and I will make a decision. One time you will convince me, one time I'll convince you, one time we'll convince the board, and so on. We have, and as for the 300, I work with companies valued at 10 billion. Okay. So we know that in some cases, they have a good product. Market fit that's the time now to scale. There are a lot of reasons why some companies will succeed. But I also think that in some cases, you have a good product, you have a good service, everything's going well. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't fix it. You can't improve it.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you will be here 10 years. Okay? Remember, Google had do no evil at the beginning. And at a certain point, when they understood it doesn't work, they just took it out. For us, same brand. I don't know what happens internally. I can share with you that some of the biggest companies, and I know employees working there, and they'll tell you they hate it. But you will see their videos on social media about core values, way of behavior, taking care, and they'll tell you everything's a sham. It's so big that no one will notice, and they're well paid. So they say there's no incentive for me to tell anyone. It doesn't matter. I get paid 25% more than any other place, and they'll tell you core values, and I'm calling it bullshit. So, and when those are employees in those companies, okay? When a company says we have core values and we stand for this and that, and then the first thing that happens, they don't uphold it. They say, no, we don't exactly know. You know if you're okay or not.
Yeah.
Does it serve the purpose? Will you hurt someone? Or we need the business, so we take that client, so we zigzag. It doesn't work. Okay. When I started this a few years after we started the agency, and I was alone, I had to implement some stuff. I had a great team, and I noticed that I'm not going to scale. It wasn't part of the plan, never. It was a means to an end to bring me to this point, always. To get the experience, do the stuff, and move on. And one of the first core value was be a little bit of an entrepreneur. And it meant that people could bring in ideas and we can explore them and we can talk about them. It also meant at a certain point, if the company doesn't have anything else to offer, they'll keep going. Some of them have done amazing businesses. You understand? So the understanding that the employees need to move on is just part of the business. Okay? Now, if you have scale at all costs, no, they can't leave, I'll offer them more money, we'll build this. Great, do whatever you want. But are you living your core values? Do you even know how your core values come into play on a day-to-day basis? And how do you actually behave? Okay? Trust and respect is not a core value, it's a hope. I believe, or I want everybody to, it doesn't mean that we perceive trust, different cultures perceive trust different way.